In this episode of Pop Culture Weekly, I talk with GuGu Mbatha-Raw and the cast of Apple TV Plus's Servant, the cast of Not Okay, and Lauren Ulrey from Husqvarna Automower. Let's go!
Welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon from iHeartRadio. Your pop culture news, views, reviews, and celebrity interviews on all the movies, TV, music, and pop culture you crave weekly. Here's Kyle McMahon.
Hello and welcome to Pop Culture Weekly with Kyle McMahon. I, of course, am Kyle McMahon, and we've got all kinds of great stuff for you today. It's actually a super packed show, and I love everybody that I'm talking to. First up so you have heard me talk about this Husqvarna Automower that my friends at Husqvarna were kind enough to send me. And I just set it up this weekend, and you probably saw all the social media I posted on it with all my stories and stuff, where it is just so freaking awesome. And I'll have a full review for you on it in about a week or so. But I am obsessed with this thing, and it has really just gotten rid of doing that chore. You know, it saved me a Saturday morning or, Wednesday evening or whatever, where I'm outside for 5 hours working on my freaking lawn in 103 degree weather. It has eliminated that, and it's starting to make my lawn look way better than it ever has, because, we know I would just hack it with the lawnmower before that. So keep watching my stories as I keep posting stuff on it. I am just in love with this thing. So anyway, I talk with Husqvarna Vice President, General Manager of Robotics North America, Lauren Ulrey. She is so cool. She's extremely smart, obviously. I mean, she's freaking in robotics for Husqvarna, and these things are so awesome. So I talked to her all about the Automower, and there's a really cool thing happening on August 5th. So depending if you're listening to this the day of, or if you might have seen stuff on social earlier, the live video or whatever, it's happening on August 5th. And that is a birthday celebrating the lonely robot in the sky. 100,000 Husqvarna Automowers will shine their headlights and beep happy birthday to the Curiosity rover, which is celebrating its 10th birthday. How sad to have no other robots sing happy birthday to the OG robot, the Curiosity rover. So Husqvarna is allowing you to use your Automower to sing happy birthday to the Curiosity rover. So I'll be doing it and posting it on my socials. I'm looking forward to that. And anyway, so we talk all about that stuff. Then I talk with the cast of Not Okay, which is streaming exclusively on Hulu. My video interviews you may have seen came out last week in conjunction with the film. This is an awesome movie. It's very much, in my opinion, a satirical take on kind of our obsession with, clout, really. But it stars Zoey Deutch and Dylan O'Brien. And I also speak with Nadia Alexander, so it's a really great cast coming out, or that is now out from Searchlight Pictures on Hulu. Then I talk with the cast of Surface on Apple TV Plus. Now, you guys went crazy for these videos, but I talk with I talked with her for the second time, the amazing GuGu Mbatha-Raw, who I spoke with when Loki season 1 came out on Disney Plus, and in Black Mirror, and she will be appearing in Loki season 2, and probably going to be appearing more in the entire Marvel Cinematic Universe. But today, we are talking about her brand new series on Apple TV Plus called Surface, which is so good, twisty, turny, and she's the executive producer on it as well. And I also speak with Oliver Jackson-Cohen, who plays her husband, and Stephan James, who plays Baden, who I don't want to spoil it, but it is very, very, very good, very twisty and turny, and I love this series. So I talked to her and the cast of Surface. So it's a great show. We got a lot of stuff to pack in. So let's get started with Husqvarna's Lauren Ulrey. So I am here with Lauren Ulrey, Vice President and General Manager of Husqvarna Robotics North America. How are you?
Good. Nice long title for you.
Yes, and hopefully I didn't butcher it. But first of all, I freaking love, my friends there with you sent me over an Automower 415, and it is, I was curious about this product category in general. And we got it set up this weekend, and it is like a freaking life changer. It's like one of those things that you don't realize, like you think it would be cool, but then when you get it, you're like, this saves me so much time and effort and energy, and I don't even have to think about it. It's so nuts. And you are, a big reason behind that with the robotics. Can you talk about that a little bit in regards to the technology behind, well, first of all, what is robotics for those who don't know?
Sure. So the Automower is Husqvarna's robotic lawnmower, and we were the first to come out with it. It's actually been around in Europe since the 80s, is really when it was invented, but we haven't brought it to North America until the last couple of years. And so it is a lawnmower that kind of turns what you think of traditional lawn mowing on its head. So instead of going out once a week and spending your whole Saturday cutting grass, it mows every day, almost like if you got a haircut every day. So it's just perfect all the time. So it cuts tiny little microscopic clippings off every day and keeps your lawn perfect. So you don't actually have to do anything. What you haven't seen yet, because you just installed this weekend, is how amazing your grass is going to look in a couple weeks after the Automower's had its way with it.
Yeah, I'm excited. I already can just tell. It's just one of those things that once it was installed and started doing it, I realized immediately just how much, and this is because when I installed it, it was insane humidity and I was hot just standing there reading the instructions. And I realized if I wasn't doing that, I would be cutting the grass, with the lawnmower, doing both the front and the back. And I don't have to do that again, which I'm now like, oh, wow, like that's huge. It really is, it's a time saver, which is so awesome. And it's smart, which is like really cool. And it is just smart how it works. Can you explain a little bit the robotics behind, like what is robotics and how does that fit into the Automower?
Sure. So the Automower is controlled. The one you have specifically, it's all controlled by your app, right? And so you set the robot to tell it when to mow, how low to mow, how often, and then it does it all by itself, right? So it is really a smart system that is managed by both your app, and then you can integrate it into your home system to kind of, tell Alexa to mow your grass. But it really is built on the theory that the health of the grass is better when you don't kind of cut off half its body, right? And so it's the same way, and if you've seen any of our new ads, that really sheep and goats work, right? And they just constantly cut the grass, and it keeps it really healthy and a much stronger grain versus going in whacking off half a living organism once a week. And so the robotics really kind of takes the manual labor out of it, right? It's all controlled within the machine, and then it's battery powered. So it goes back to its charging station. It knows when the battery is low, it recharges, and then it sets itself for, okay, what's the next time I should go out on the schedule? And so for mine, it mows every night from 5 p.m. to, like 6 a.m. And it just goes back and forth and charges itself when it needs it. And then it goes back out and cuts again, really, so that all of the work is taken off of the user. But it also just, knows where it has been before because of the GPS inside of it. So it knows, okay, I haven't hit that spot yet. Let me go back and get that. Versus kind of, traditionally you look for the stripes to know where you have cut and where you haven't. The Automower doesn't work like that. It is a randomized mowing pattern. So you're not going to see the stripes. But it is going to go really efficiently around the yard and get the places that it hasn't gotten. It's a totally new way of mowing, but it's really how we feel that North America is going to transition. We've seen a huge success in Europe, where people kind of set it and forget it. And this is the way that they've mowed their grass now for, a few decades. But in North America, you're one of the ones that's kind of an early adopter of it, but we're really excited to see how it grows.
And it's kind of funny because in our culture here, we are so fast paced and, try to, I think are looking for ways to offset things where we can. And this is it really is such, like you said, otherwise I'm spending a Saturday every week or it's, after a long day at the job and now I have to do it, in the 3 hours of daylight that I have and I didn't get it done. So now I got to do the backyard tomorrow and all that. And it really does just eliminate it. It's gone. And I love that about it.
We have all sorts of really cool technology inside our Automowers that we've been working on for a long time to really make it best in class.
And I think that's been achieved. I woke up, so we installed that Friday, and then I woke up Saturday morning forgetting kind of that, I had set this up. And I realized that the Automower was in the middle of the grass cutting. And I'm like, it didn't wake me up. It's almost totally silent. Yeah. And I thought, wow, like if I had somebody, a lawn service or something, I definitely would wake up. It was just, it was just cool because that quickly I had forgotten about it because it's new to me. And I'm like, oh, it's working. I didn't even have to say anything. And it's out there working while I'm sleeping, which is really cool. For automation, I'm a huge Apple HomeKit person, and this has automation built in where you can use Alexa, you can use, as you said, IFTTT, right, and build it even further into your life if you want to, and it's not complicated either, right?
Right. Yeah, we have a really amazing app that you can build everything in. It also works with Alexa, with Google Home, and really, we want to be a solve for people who are just like you, who want their whole life automated and they just yell out the command and it goes. But also people who don't want to take the time to think about it and they want to set the schedule for the mower. It allows you to do different stay out zones. So if there's an area you don't want it to mow in because you just had it mulched or you're trying to grow grass somewhere, you can do that through our new technology. We really are trying to make it as seamless as possible. We're really trying to make this where people can feel like this is an added part of their life. We hear stories everyone names their mowers. I'm not sure what you named yours, but
Herbie.
Herbie, yes. My kids are into mermaids, so ours is Momaid.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's awesome.
We get a lot of different names, which are so funny. I think Lawn Burgundy is the favorite of the office. And Yardy B also popular.
All right, I got to step my game up. He's getting
I don't
think
Herbie's
else.
Gonna get it
No,
done.
no.
The people really, see the Automower as a part of their family, and it really is amazing to see once they've kind of adopted into, okay, this is a totally different thing for me, and it really becomes a part of just like running the dishwasher every night or making sure your sprinklers are on during hot season. This just becomes part of your kind of house care that we have made easier.
Yeah, and it really is. The other thing that I thought was really cool is that at first I'm reading through the directions and I'm like, oh, geez, like this seems super technical and blah, 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 blah. And then called my aunt, who's typically good with this stuff. And she was like, no, like you're like totally complicating this. So she ended up coming over and helping me. And it was so much simpler than I made it out to be in my head. This really is something that if you don't mind, taking a couple of hours out of your day and getting your hands dirty with dirt, then you can do this by yourself. It's that simple.
Yeah, we do have DIY, so that's how you did yours. And if you purchase on Amazon or through our website, we do allow kind of a DIY setup, and we've got installation videos that you've probably watched and the manual. We also do professional installation, both through Husqvarna and our authorized partners. who, if you don't want to get your hands dirty, or you have a really complicated yard where you have to, go through expansion joints in the sidewalk or around a lot of trees or things like that, that just is much more complicated. We recommend professional installation for those. Also, if you do a lot of edging or you have a landscaper that comes in and edges, professional installation will bury the wire deeper in the ground. So it's less likely to get cut and then you having to be repaired and that sort of thing. So on our website, we have tools for both professional installation where we can do it, and then of course our authorized partners, which we are amazing and know the ins and outs of the Automower, every type and what type you really should use for your yard depending on the size. But DIY has certainly taken off, and people I think enjoy setting it up and getting in there, probably like you and your aunt, really getting technical into it and figuring out, okay, what's the best route and that sort of thing. But we do have both options.
Husqvarna is celebrating a birthday. Can you tell me about that?
Well, it's not our birthday, but we are celebrating the 10th birthday of the Mars Curiosity rover. And one of the things that we discovered was that the first year of the Curiosity rover, it sang itself happy birthday, which was really exciting, but then it didn't do that again. And so for the 10th birthday, all of the Automowers, the 435, 415s, they are going to sing happy birthday to the Mars Curiosity rover in unison and across the globe, which is really exciting. Across the globe, there's over 100,000 of those mowers that are going to sing happy birthday to the Mars Curiosity rover together. And then you can also utilize it and download the software to be able to sing happy birthday whenever you want to any of your family members or your next door neighbor or your dog. So we're pretty excited about it. We feel like it's an opportunity for our robots to sing to the loneliest robot in the world.
I love that. I saw that in the app, the notification that gives the info on that. And I was like, that's really cool that it's kind of this, robot singing to kind of the OG of robots. You know what I mean?
That's right.
I love that. And it seems like the app is regularly updated with new features and things like that. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so the app is such an important part of the Automower, and as we've launched in North America, we are learning. Right, we're learning as we go. We're learning what's important to consumers and customers that utilize the Automower on their property, and we're kind of figuring out all sorts of new things that we need to be adding into the technology. And so we can do that through FODA. So if you have a mower that has firmware over the air, we're able to upload and change out that software as frequently as we can to make your experience better. So it's been a real exciting time for us, where we're really able to take the basics of the Automower, which have been around for years and years, and upgrade them into what we want to do as we launch into North America.
I love that it's not a product that in that regard you buy and then it's just abandoned by the company, which happens way too often in technology, which as a tech nerd angers me, because I'm like, well, I don't want to buy anything else from them, because what if they abandon that, or whatever.
Sure.
So I love that Husqvarna is right in there with a product that I already have, bringing cool features to it, just like the celebrating the birthday, which is just, I love that. It's just a cool Easter egg, and so I love the whole thing. Where is the best place to get information on Automowers, whether they're here or in Europe?
Yeah, so Automower.com is definitely the best place in North America to look. We've got a North American specific site that really kind of helps a little bit more with selection. In the US, we have a lot of grass types. You probably just know your grass is green or it's tall, or I keep it short. Right, that's you. But it is important to understand what kind of grass you have, so you know what height to cut it so it doesn't die, and how often to cut it and that sort of thing. So on Automower.com, you can figure out what kind of grass do I have? How often should I be cutting? What Automower do I need? And really utilize all those tools. Globally, you'd want to just go to Husqvarna.com and route through the correct country to find a dealer or someone who can help you. But in the US, definitely stick to Automower.com or a participating authorized dealer nearby. We can help find that on our website as well.
I'm looking forward to having Herbie, who's temporarily named, and we'll have a new name in time for the birthday celebration. But I am looking forward to him joining in on that celebration, and then I can post that to social to kind of be in unison with everybody else that's doing it as well.
Yeah, that would be great.
Awesome.
We'd love to see it.
Cool.
With his new name.
Exactly. I know. Maybe I'll do a contest to name him, but I love that's actually probably dangerous to have my listeners with some of their wild ideas name.
Oh, you should definitely do it.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate your time, and I'm really excited about Husqvarna, branching out into North America, and I look forward to seeing, this is a horrible analogy, but to seeing it grow with everybody using these. So thank you. Really,
send me some pictures before and after.
I absolutely will. Husqvarna, love my Husqvarna Automower. And I am so excited that you guys are now getting to hear it. And if you haven't, again, check out my socials. I've been posting videos and stories and all for the last week about my Automower that I'm just obsessed with. And I'm going to have you guys help me figure out the name. So just keep it locked here to see when we're going to do that. We'll do some kind of poll or something. But I'm terrified because I know how you guys are. In any event, let's get it started next with the cast of Not Okay. I told you about this movie. I love it. It's hysterically funny, exclusively on Hulu. And first up, I'm going to talk with the one and only Nadia Alexander, who plays Harper in the film. She's really great. And we've a bunch of us, you and I have talked about Not Okay since it came out, and you saw the interviews, videos. But let me know what you think. If you haven't seen it yet, hit me up on Twitter at KMacMusic or Instagram or whatever, and let's talk about it. But here it is, my interview with Nadia Alexander. Hey, how are you? Thank you for speaking with me.
Thank you. I love, you're actually in a studio and am I on the radio, Mom?
So first of all, I love Not Okay. It is such a very biting, satirical, funny film with heart. And I love that you are kind of the foil in much of this. And what I mean, you are very much the voice of reason in kind of a crazy situation. Is that fun for you to kind of be, and this is a testament to Zoey as well, because she plays an unlikable person so well, but you are kind of the voice of reason for that. Is that kind of fun to do that?
Definitely. I mean, I think what makes Harper and the film so fun is, obviously Danny is the protagonist. She's not a likable protagonist, as it fairly warns at the beginning. But as a result, Harper is technically the antagonist. I am technically the villain, even though Danny is kind of the villain. And so I love getting to play antagonistic roles. I love getting to be the obstacle in the way of the main character. I get to do that a lot in my career. And it's my favorite kind of role to play. So yeah, I love that about Harper.
And what was it like for you to do a film that is very cutting, it's really appropriate today in today's world? Is that something that you were like, oh, I can't wait to jump into this?
Definitely. I mean, I think what's so interesting is, so Quinn Shepard, the filmmaker, is my partner of 7 years. And so I have been involved in this project since its genesis, since she walked out of the bathroom with the idea. And I was like, that is batshit amazing and you have to do it. And what was interesting was she wrote the first draft in 2018, very much in the middle of, Trump's America. And when he thankfully was no longer in office, and especially when COVID hit, we were like, oh gosh, is this project going to die? Because, we're all going through this mass trauma, and somebody like Danny has to be someone who doesn't have trauma. And weirdly, everything got worse online. Things got so much more politicized and intense. And I think that was really fascinating to be like, here we are in 2021, still dealing with the same shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I thank you so much for speaking with me. I can't wait for everybody to see Not Okay exclusively streaming on Hulu. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Have a great day. She's so great, so much fun. Love her talent. All right, moving on. Not moving on. I feel bad saying that. Moving right along. Next up, we have Dylan O'Brien, who stars as Colin in Not Okay, and I love him in this role. When I was watching it, I didn't even recognize him from Teen Wolf and everything else he's done. I literally had to Google it, and then I'm like, what? That's Dylan? So it is Dylan. He just looks totally different, and he plays a really juicy role. So here he is, my interview with Dylan O'Brien. What's up, Dylan? How are you?
What's up, sir? Good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you. Not Okay is a great film. I absolutely love it. Your character is really is a fun part of the movie. Was it as fun for you to play him as it was for us to watch?
Oh yeah. I mean, but probably more. Hopefully more. I don't know. It was a pretty high bar because I had such a blast doing it. So, I don't know how much fun you had watching it, but like. I had a blast doing it. So.
Were you able to? I feel like I know some of these guys that are exactly like him, and I don't know if that says something more about me or what. But
yeah.
but did you find inspiration from anybody in your life that you know, or in the industry, or did you just kind of characterize him into a caricature, if you will?
Yeah, I mean, I think that sort of sums it up. I think it all came from yeah, I mean, people I've encountered in life and just how, I think how like it's sort of, it's like this like other language, I don't know, like words that are, that like weren't popular when I was like in high school and like I'm hearing so much of now, or it's just like these, I don't know, so many people that I just see like online. It's kind of just like a mixture of it all.
And do you think that I think we're close to the same generation. Do you think that, people of a certain age or under a certain age is it a epidemic, where we're too glued to our phones and just too self-obsessed?
I don't know. It's not. I wouldn't categorize it as an epidemic, necessarily. I mean, I think it's slowly. It's like an evolution. Where like it's just this is sort of now where we've come to with technology and how it's kind of invaded our everyday existence. It's just a part of us now. It's a part of us like DNA, yeah, I don't know. I think that's more how I would like classify it,
Yeah, I guess it's just like anything. It's what you do with it. I know, I've gone out with friends, wherever for the night, to the bar, wherever, and you're talking to some of them and they're knee deep in their phone. It's like, bro, are you listening? Like, are you here? And so I guess it really
and then
much
it dies finally, and you're like, yes, thank God. And then they whip out their portable charger, or they hook it up like at the asking the bartender to charge it. It was really fun,
right?
Yeah. I do. It's like one of those things. It's just one of those things, right? I mean, it's I think I think the connotation that like epidemic was giving me was like a negative one, and I don't think that it's like negative necessarily. I do think there are aspects like, I mean, it's so weirdly like how we calculate our days too. Like for me, if I look at my phone at like 9 p.m. and I have like 80-something% battery, I like weirdly feel so much better about like having not been on my fucking phone all day. Whereas like, if it's noon and I've just barely gotten out of bed because I've just wanted to like scroll for like 2 hours for no reason, and I'm already needed of charge. I just feel like so shitty. And it's weird that we're tied to these things now, but it's just what it is, you know?
Yeah, it's life today. Dylan, thank you so much for speaking with me. I love Not Okay, exclusively on Hulu. All right, Dylan O'Brien. I'm a big fan of his, and I love the fact that his upcoming film that he just wrapped is a M. Night Shyamalan film called The Vanishings at Caddo Lake. So I'm sure I'll be talking to him about that. All right. Next up, Zoey Deutch, who stars in this film as, I think she's likable as, an actress. I think she's amazing. I don't think her character is likable. Like, I don't know. I just don't. And I don't mean that as a knock. I feel like the character itself just isn't likable. But anyway, so here's my interview with Zoey Deutch. Thank you so much for speaking with me. I love Not Okay.
Oh, good. I'm so glad to hear that.
Yeah, it's such a cool, like, satirical. I love it, and I especially love how it is very important, I think, today. Is it fun for you to play kind of, and I mean this as a compliment, I really do. Is it fun for you to play somebody so unlikable?
I never saw her as unlikable. But it was fun to play her for sure. It's fun to play someone very complicated and someone who's so not self-aware. I mean, it's a funny thing to break down a character because you have to be really aware of all of their tiny little objectives and motivations and things. And so you're hyper aware of who they are. And then to completely erase that and eliminate that and be completely like have no self-awareness, because that's at her core what her biggest character defect is that she has no self-awareness whatsoever. That's how she gets herself into these positions where she says the most tone deaf thing you could possibly imagine, and why she has no friends, because she's privileged and she's entitled and she has no self-awareness. So that doesn't make someone horrible or necessarily unlovable. It just makes them complicated. And so she was definitely fun to play, though.
Yeah, and I think that I think you actually put it perfectly. She's not a horrible person. She's just very tone deaf because she's so in herself, I feel like, in so many ways.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, she's very misguided.
And do you know anybody, are there people in your life that you see Danny in where we're just kind of glued to, kind of this addiction, this need for being seen almost?
Do I know people like that? I'm sure no one immediately comes to mind. Like that is that desperate. But she's not, I mean, you said the word seen, you didn't say this, but the movie isn't really about her wanting to be famous or be an influencer or be this the face of this experience. Like her goal here was to get a guy's attention, was like to have human connection, was to have that's the sad part. This is coming from like a really deep, lonely place, so I don't know. That's really all she wanted, was attention from a boy.
Which kind of exploded.
Yeah, definitely exploded.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And I appreciate talking to you. I can't wait for everybody to see Not Okay, streaming exclusively on Hulu. Have a great day.
Yes, it is. Thank you so much.
Okay, so some of you gave me some pushback on me saying when the video premiered of my interview with Zoey that that it was rude to say her character was unlikable, and obviously she didn't feel her character was unlikable. I feel like, first of all, this is nothing against her talent. It's actually insanely talented to be a likable person and then play an unlikable character, but I just don't think the character is likable and not okay. I mean, she redeems herself, right? But I don't think she's a likable person. And, you know, many of you also agreed with me. So, but some of you were like, why'd you go for her? That wasn't an insult to her. Zoey is amazing. This is a comment about her character, and I don't think that the character is likable. That, in my opinion, my, perspective of this film is that that's kind of the point, is that she's not likable and, has no friends because of it and messes up at work because of it and, has no attachment with her family. And then she just likes a boy and tries to be more likable in an unlikable way. I don't know. Tell me what you think if you haven't seen it. Watch it on Hulu exclusively. That's not okay. Next up, it is all about Surface on Apple TV Plus. Love this show. So twisty and turny. It is really, really something you need to put on your radar to watch tonight. All right, so we're going to start with Stephan James, who, you can decide for yourself when you watch it, who and what Stephan is doing in Surface. But in any event, here's my interview with Stephan James. All right, Stephan. He's amazing, incredible talent. I am obsessed with his performance in If Beale Street Could Talk. Holy crap. And he was also amazing as Walter in Homecoming on Amazon. But anyway, he is really good in Surface, and I can't wait for you to watch it, and we can start talking about it. I mean, it is out now on Apple TV Plus, so go and do it, and hit me up, and let's talk about it. All right, next up, I also love this man. He is, so Oliver Jackson-Cohen, which you may know, he was in The Invisible Man a few years ago. Loved him in Invisible Man, but then he played Luke Crane in The Haunting of Hill House on Netflix, and then he played Peter Quint in The Haunting of Bly Manor. So freaking good. I'm like obsessed with The Haunting of Hill House. It is so good. But it's good. In any event, he plays James in Surface, who is GuGu Mbatha-Raw's husband. Whew. You got to watch it because we got to talk about it. All right. And I can't tell you otherwise because it would be spoilery. So let's talk about it. Go see it, and then let's talk about it. All right. So here he is. Here it is, my interview with Oliver Jackson-Cohen. so good. He's such a great actor, such a great guy, and I love him in Surface. So, all right, next up, I sit down once again with the one and only GuGu Mbatha-Raw. She plays Sophie, who, if you have no idea what Surface is about, and if you've gotten this far through the interviews and still don't know, it's essentially she wakes up with amnesia from apparently an attempted suicide, but she has doubts about that. So she goes and tries to find out if that's accurate or not. So twisty, so turny, really, really good. She's also an awesome actress. I mean, she's been up for like every award ever, and I really, really enjoy her. She is Ravonna Renslayer in Loki, okay? That is huge, and even bigger is now that we know who is the big baddie in the Marvel Cinematic Universe right now. We know that Ravonna will be becoming much, much, much more important in the larger MCU in the films and series. So, just saying. All right, so here she is, the one and only GuGu Mbatha-Raw. GuGu Mbatha-Raw, love her. She is such a delight and insanely talented. I've loved everything she's done. She was really incredible in the morning show, by the way, which is also on Apple TV Plus, which is where you'll find Servant. Go watch Servant. I'm so excited to talk about it with you. It is really twisty and turny, and I need to speak to you about it because there's so many things I want to ask and discuss and theorize. All right, that's the show for today. Wow, what a packed house. We have all the links up on the show notes. Make sure you check out Husqvarna. I love my freaking Automower. It is so awesome, and you probably know that from all the social posts I've been doing on it. But all right, that's the show for this week. I love you. I'll see you next week. We out.
Thank you for listening to Pop Culture Weekly. Hear all the latest at popcultureweekly.com.
Buzz, buzz, buzz goes the mower. Clip, clip, clip is what it does.